everyone. In today's tutorial, I will show you how to create a timesheet template in Excel. In some cases, some users require to record their working time every week. A weekly timesheet is a good way to solve this problem. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a weekly timesheet in Excel and then save it as a template easily. Create a new workbook and prepare a table as the following. Then enter a date into the table. Specify the beginning date of the time period in cell B2. Then in the cell A7, enter the following formula. Use the if function. It checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another if false. Press tab. For the logical test, select cell B2 less than or greater than double quotation, comma. For the value if true, select cell B2, comma. For the value if false, double quotation, close the bracket, press enter. In the cell A8, type the following formula. Use the if function. For the logical test, select cell A7 less than or greater than double quotation, comma. For the value if true, select cell A7 plus 1, comma. For the value if false, double quotation, close the bracket, press enter, and then drag the fill handle down to apply this formula to the range A9 to A13. And if these dates in the range A7 to A13 are not showing in the date format, please select the range A7 to A13 and click the number format box in the number group on the home tab, and then specify the short date in the drop down list. And next, enter the weekdays into the table. In the cell B7, enter the following formula. Select cell A7 and drag the fill handle down to apply this formula to the range B8 to B13, and keep the range B7 to B13 selected, and click the anchor in the number group on the home tab. In the opening format cells dialog box, click to highlight the custom in the category box and enter for these into the box below the type section and click the OK button. Next, add data validation for time columns. Select range C7 to F13 and click the data tab. In the data tools group, click the data validation. In the data validation dialog box, specify the time in the allow text box and select between in the data box. And for the start time, type 0 colon 00, and for the end type 23 colon 59, and at last click the OK button. Next, add data validation for the sick column and vacation column. Select the range I7 to J13 and click data. In the data tools, click the data validation. In the drawing data validation dialog box, specify the allow as decimal and specify data as between, and for the minimum enter 0 and for the maximum enter 8, and at last click the OK button. Next, enter your original data into the time columns, sick columns and vacation columns, and then calculate the working hours. In the cell G7, enter the following formula. Use the F function, press tab. For the logical test, select cell D7 minus C7 inside the bracket plus F7 minus E7, close the bracket, and multiply this argument by 24, greater than 8, comma, and for the value if true, enter 8, and for the value if false, proceed with your argument. D7 minus C7, close the bracket, plus, open a bracket, F7 minus E7, close the bracket, times 24, close the bracket for the F function, press enter, and drag the fill handle down to apply this formula to the range G8 to G13. And in the cell H7, enter the following formula, use the F function, press tab. For the logical test, use the same concept, D7 minus C7, close the bracket, plus, open a bracket, F7 minus E7, close the bracket, times 24 greater than 8, comma, for the value if true, D7 minus C7, close the bracket, plus, open the bracket, F7 minus E7, close the bracket, times 24 minus 8, comma, for the value if false, put 0, close the bracket, and enter, and drag the fill handle down to apply this formula to the range H8 to H13. And both formulas suppose normal working hours are 8 hours per day. If your working hours are different, change the 8 to your working hour amount in two formulas. Next, calculate the daily total and weekly total. In the cell K7, enter the following formula. Use the sum function. It adds all the numbers in a range of cells. Press tab and select cell G7 to J7, close the bracket, press enter, and drag the fill handle to apply this formula to the range K8 to K13. In the cell G14, enter the following formula. Use the sum function, press tab, select cell G7 to G13, close the bracket, press enter, and drag the fill handle to the right side to apply this formula to the range H14 to K14. And up to the present, we have created a timesheet in Excel already. Some users may require to use the timesheet with this formula usually, so we can save it as a template. Click the File tab, click Save As, click Browse, and specify your destination. Next, click the Save As Type drop-down list and select Excel template and enter a name. Timesheet, and click the Save button, and your file is saved in the specified destination. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more videos.